I'm John Rudy here at Brick Fair 2016, and we're looking at the 1776 MOCs that we have, America 1776. And this first one we've got is America's favorite redhead, Thomas Jefferson, our second president. I'm sorry, our third president. I gotta get that right. I'm the historian of the group. Thomas Jefferson, who helped us to draft the Declaration of Independence, along with our second president, John Adams.
How about that?
And Ben Franklin. This is a great little mini land scale build by Danny Pecora. It really captures. I love this build because it captures kind of motion. There's motion, especially in Jefferson's left arm. It's a great way to capture a document in process. Yeah. You know, a minifig wouldn't work for that, but here you got a mini-leg.
Now, was this Daniel's only contribution to the collaborative?
For this collaborative, yes. Dan and I both had one contribution this year.
Very cool. How do you guys find out about, what was the initial call to action here? Or was it at Brick Fair last year?
Yeah, at Brick Fair last year, we actually went, okay, what happened in 2016 minus however many years? So we started looking through Wikipedia, looking through different web pages, and we went, okay, it's the 240th anniversary of independence. So let's play with the year 1776. And a few of us had more time, a few of us had less time. The building bug bites and you start putting stuff together, or it doesn't bite and, you get a few MOCs together. So. Yep. Behind Jefferson there is actually the building in which that document was signed. That's the bell tower from Independence Hall. That's my contribution here.
And this looks almost like an architectural maquette or something like that, like a little detail. What would you say?
I'm an architecture geek, so that's exactly what I'm aiming for. And you and I have talked about this before, Matt, about how I like to start with the most complex part of a build and then work out from there. Well, I started with the most complex part of the build and worked out from there and ran out of a budget. So what we have is the most complex part of the build, which is the bell tower, where the Liberty Bell was, the famous cracked bell that was rung for independence. And eventually this will get a building to go underneath it, but I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far.
Very cool, and good to see.
And then we have Kate McDevitt. Kate is a new addition to our history lug, and she's really put together a few great models here. You'll see another one in another of the videos, but here we've got actually Kate depicting the Declaration of Independence being read. So we go from Jefferson drafting it to it being signed and the bell being rung, and finally here you've got it going into action as this army is going to be the one that's fighting for that independence. And this is based off of a Mort Kunstler painting from 1975. And there you've got George Washington reading aloud to his troops in New York those famous words that helped to make us free.
That's crazy.
And then finally, more famous words that help to make us free. Ryan Keith actually just put this model together. I'm not kidding on that. This has been coming together over the past 4 days.
Really?
And yes, he said to us, I've got parts and I've got free time.
Yeah.
He said, I've got free time. I've got.
Just put it together.
Yeah, and he just slams together a model. So it's a really great piece. This is actually Thomas Paine's printing office, and Thomas Paine was one of the great voices of the Revolution. And here for 1776, the American Crisis was published in 1776 and 77 on forward. And that's the document that says these are the times that try men's souls.
So dig in a little bit into this build here. Like what made this? There's some really intense like technique, I guess, kind of exhibited. What do you find particularly interesting?
I love the modeling of the brickwork, so that it's got the multiple colors, the multiple different brickwork in the chimney there as well. It really kind of pops. I don't have the right words for it. It's a really complex build. It looks like a brick building. It's something that I can't do. So when I see somebody else doing it, I love to see them doing it. And this is that stacked plate technique. So it's making each individual 1x2 plate look like its own brick. It gives those nice fine lines on there. And then what he's done with the figures as well is he's actually given them those kind of pantaloons. So
it's I saw that initially. You see that from a mile away, and that's not a Lego minifigure leg.
Right, and sometimes it's okay to do that. Sometimes it's fun to do that. And the 18th century is when you've got that the sexiness of the man is in the ankle. So here you're drawing the accentuated lines right down to that ankle. And then that printing press is just amazing. It looks exactly like the types of printing presses, and we've got I pulled an image down there so we could depict them. I mean, that looks almost exactly like the type of printing press that Thomas Paine was operating in 1776. I have to give Ryan real props for that. That's an amazing little micro build.
Super, super amazing build. Good stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, John.
Have a good one.
No.
Please.
All right.
I hate you.
Okay. We'll put that on.